Part of the advocacy for accountability is using data from research to establish facts and formulate recommendations when engaging governments and institutions involved in development cooperation. CSOs rely on data to inform advocacy strategies and influence policy positions. This is particularly true in this era where discernment of what is relevant information is important, given the vast amount of data available. In this video, we'll walk you through the concept of open data and the principles of data management. So first things first, what is data? Data are individual pieces of factual information recorded and used for the purpose of research and analysis. Data can be in the form of numbers or texts that are grouped together using visualization tools such as tables, graphs, or charts. Now, what is open data? Open data is the idea that certain data should be freely available for everyone to use, manipulate, and republish as they wish without restrictions from copyright, patents, or other mechanisms of control. In the 1940s, Robert Merton introduced what is known as the Mertonian norms of scientific research, which included communalism, or the idea that scientific knowledge must be a common good to be shared among the scientific community. And in 2004, the science ministers of all nations of the OECD signed a declaration which states that all publicly funded archive data should be made publicly available. But this declaration is not legally binding, which means that one can't enforce this before a court. Many governments in the Global South are also not 100% transparent with public data, and this is why it's hard for CSOs to access government documents relevant to their monitoring and research projects. One way to go around this is to look for open data platforms from multilateral institutions and other CSOs. The CSO Aid Observatorio, which ROA AP developed, is one such platform. The CSO Aid Observatorio is a civil society-initiated and maintained database of development projects funded through ODA or by IFIs. It envisions two. Number 1, promote awareness and transparency on the management of ODA. Number 2, aid research and analysis on the trends and impacts of development projects. Number 3, assist engagement of CSOs with recipient and donor governments for the effective and efficient use of public funds and for the protection of human rights and democracy. Number 4, assist advocacy campaigns of communities or grassroots and people's organizations. Number 5, facilitates shared learning and discourse among CSOs, policymakers, academia, and media for the promotion of human rights-based, people-powered sustainable development. CSO reports to the Aid Observatorio come from different sources: public policy on aid, budget, public expenditure, foreign debt, aid flows, impacts of aid. CSOs acquire these information from government agencies, academe, and other institutions. The most prominent sources of development cooperation data are from the OECD and UN agencies. But most importantly, CSOs embark on fieldworks and gather data from communities affected by development projects and public-private partnerships. The CSO Aid Observatorio is just one of many platforms out there. Generally, open databases provide transparency and democratic control, participation, self-empowerment, improved effectiveness of government services, impact measurement of policies. But open data must be carefully managed because these are sensitive pieces of information. Data management refers to an administrative process by which data is acquired, validated, stored, protected, and processed, and by which its accessibility, reliability, and timeliness are ensured to satisfy the needs of data users. Data management has 10 principles to live by. Number 1. Data is an asset. Number 2. Data is shared. Number 3. Data is accessible. Number 4. Data is transparent. Number 5. Data is reliable. Number 6. Data quality is fit for purpose. Number 7. Data is compliant with law and regulations. Number 8. Data is secure. Number 9. There is a common vocabulary and data definition. And number 10. Data management is everybody's business. CSOs doing research may face the need to implement data protection measures to safeguard the privacy of personal data in order to prevent it from being misused. Also, the widespread use of social media increased the challenges to data privacy and security. Aside from issues on who controls the data being shared on social media platforms and how this data is processed and used for corporate profit, the potential of social media to be used for surveillance and tracking has been highlighted by activists. While social media platforms are useful for rights advocates, in many countries, these are used by organized and well-funded groups to deliberately spread disinformation to affect public perception on social issues. Moreover, although data protection laws can protect privacy, they can also be used to undermine CSO's work by imposing strict requirements for compliance. It is important to check which data protection laws are applicable in your area of work. Privacy International lays down these key principles in data protection and privacy. Number 1. Fair, lawful, and transparent. Number 2. Purpose limitation. Number 3. Minimization. Number 4. Accuracy. Number 5. Storage limitation. Number 6. Integrity and confidentiality. Number 7. Accountability. Again, data must be secured and protected at all times. The same goes for CSOs and other rights advocates who harness these sensitive data.